Welcome back to the Brohio Podcast Show, where we put lightning bugs in our dick holes. I'm the delicious Nicolicious.
That's why we had to take a week off. I am Rob Dog. How's everybody doing? Hope you didn't get too lonely.
They did. They wrote us and they said,
yeah, they did.
Hey, you lazy, stupid fucks. Someone even changed their... Someone left us a good review.
Yeah.
And they went back and changed the review and gave us less stars and said, they're not putting out content anymore. They fucking suck. God damn, man.
Jesus.
We beg of you to understand that we are fathered. Between the two of us, there's 6 children, 2 wives. Things happen.
Yeah, it's... What happened last... Oh, things just got wild last week.
One of our wives got sick. Also,
yeah.
Hey, my head gasket blew out on my car that's still currently financed.
Yeah.
Awesome. So the head gasket blows. I'm at work. I'm at work an hour from home. I go and try and drive it back. It starts to overheat. So I park it less than a quarter of a mile from my work thinking it'll be okay right here. I get a tow truck the next morning. I stop to check on it the next morning. Someone's busted out the driver's side window. Took about, 6 cents and change. Left my fucking Bluetooth headphones. Left all the expensive stuff in there. Got that changed, though. Got that changed. But it did dawn on me today I didn't check for my garage door openers. But it's an hour from... I've already changed the code and everything and changed the dip switches.
If they're going to go that far, they deserve to get in.
So if you were the one, job well done. You fucking ruined my life for about a week. So it's been bad. It's been exceptionally bad. We try and be consistent with the content.
Yeah, so you guys should feel bad for giving us shit.
Not a lot of people gave a shit. A lot of people checked in on us.
We're the only ones that love you. More so than your mom, your dad.
Yeah, we love you.
They don't give a fuck.
We love you a lot more than your slut mom.
We need time off, too.
Yeah. So...
No, it was completely unplanned. My wife, the day before, was in the hospital, so I decided to stay home and, take care of her for that day.
I portrayed it on Facebook as we were taking off for Stone Cold.
For Stone Cold, yeah.
I watched it. It was fucking horrible, dude. He came out right at the end. He was half fucking crocked. He was drunker than shit. He had no idea what he was doing. He cut a couple promos. Didn't stun anybody.
Yeah. I honestly don't know if he physically can anymore. Like,
dude, he's in better shape now than when he wrestled. Look at him.
But his spine, his back is fucked.
Dude, he's fucking jacked now, though.
Yeah.
Whenever he was wrestling, he had a beer gut. He's jacked now.
He looks old as fuck, but I mean, he's still in pretty good shape.
Yeah,
a lot slimmer than what he used to be.
He puts that watch on so tight that it makes all of his veins pop out. It really makes him look like a badass.
Oh, I miss him.
We got an email from Ralph. Ralph didn't say if we could share this or not, but he says, I have to share with both of you the effect of my life this last year you have provided for me. Each morning, I leave for work and have an hour ride so to pass the time. I've been listening to your podcast on the way to and the way home from work. Now, what you don't know is my life has been a mess since June 26th of 2016. And since my wife has introduced me to your podcast, you guys have created a distraction for me in a very healthy way in my personal life to the point where my wife and I are in a good place again. See, gentlemen, our son died that day, and no amount of school and or training prepares you for that type of hurting that I can assure you. But I can say, since I started listening to you guys, I've been able to break my everyday routine of sorrow and step back and see the good in things again. And more importantly, see that isolating myself isn't the way I'm going to get through this, but only through opening up again to my wife and loved ones and talk more about what has happened in our lives. And I tell you, I feel myself again this last year, and I'm moving forward at full steam. Now, I'm only on episode 90, Ouija boards, talking to demons, but man, what a trip it's been with you guys from episode 1. I'm serious when I say this. I want to thank you both for simply moving forward each day and week with your podcast, and more importantly, for you to recognize the effects you could have on a person without even knowing it. Take care of both of you. I'll continue listening from the Boston area. Love, Ralphie.
We love our New Englanders.
Whew, Ralphie.
That's heavy, man.
It's heavy stuff.
Yeah, we don't deserve all that praise.
No, we don't.
Not at all.
It's crazy to think that we're changing people's days. I don't think we're changing anybody's lives, but I think the laughter can change your day for an hour. We can keep it cutting up, and we are characters on this podcast. This is not how we act 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our wives would fucking kill us.
Very true.
A lot of blood. My wife would have walked in 5 minutes ago and seen Rob getting ready to stab me with a butcher knife and me holding a cat, trying to make the thumbnail for this episode.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, you saw the thumbnail, but if not, go look at it.
Yeah. But man, I tell you what, I can't be more thankful to hear stuff like that we're, people are just laughing and it's getting them through, man. And that's all what I've tried to do my entire life, is just make people laugh. And it's really a humbling feeling to know that that's what's going on around the world.
And just kind of like we said at the beginning, or since the beginning, when we started this, it's just kind of, a way to make the listeners feel as if, they're not dealing with the shittiness of adulthood while they're listening.
We're going through the shit right with you. I mean, we fucking suck, too. We got bills and, we got stuff that...
Yeah, so I mean, if we're able to help in that way at all, that's great.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah. But Ralph, buddy, we're thinking of you. Rob's not praying for you. I am. But,
I'm thinking for you.
Yeah. So let's move on to our new Patreon subscribers.
Sure.
Who's that first one, Rob Dog?
We got Zach and his wood. Thank you, Zach.
This one isn't new, but I didn't X him out. Gerard Hillsman. Thank you, Gerard Hillsman, for your Patreon pledge.
All right, Joshua L. Gruber. Thank you, Gruber.
Alyssa Ladzinski. Mrs. Ladzinski, you are the fucking one. Thank you so much.
Johnny Coon. Thank you.
Coons used to go on the back porch. Mom would just chase him off with a broom. That's from my favorite movie, Forrest Gump. That's my favorite movie.
Gotcha.
Daniel Monaco. The Morocco Monaco. Thank you, Wild Dan.
Renee the Black Man. Thank you.
I like it. Aaron Denny, as in Denny's, as in pancakes, as in moons over my hammy, as in drunk eating fucking pancakes.
That's what it's all about.
Yes.
Catherine Offutt.
Offutt. Sam Thompson. Thank you, Samuel Thompson.
Josh Myers. Thank you.
Last but not least, Sarah Everett. Thank you so much. If you would like to join us on Patreon, there's going to be a new episode this week.
Ooh, yeah, we did it before we did this episode. Do warm up.
Yeah, go to patreon.com/Brohio Podcast. Rob, we got a fucking live show, buddy. Tell them about it.
Thank God, live show. This is on Saturday, October 5th, 2019. 7 to 11 is at the American Legion Post 23.
Hey, man, you know what they say about the American Legion, man. You go there, you're either fighting or you're fucking. We ain't fighting. We already fought for our country, so we're going to be doing some fucking there.
Home of the Mothman, so hopefully we're doing some fucking.
Yeah.
He's going to be drunk as fuck sitting in the corner. This is Point Pleasant, West Virginia, 102nd Street. This is us, of course. History Goes Bump and Hillbilly Horror Stories. It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be wild, man.
It's going to be good.
Jerry and Rob going to be 69, and I'm going to be scissoring with Mothman. He's going to take his little detachable wings off. We're going to be getting it all, man.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a shake-up in the venue for that, but we got it under wraps
We're
now.
at American Legion, dude.
Yep.
Anything goes there.
Fuck yeah.
They're going to say, hey,
they're going to be doing meth in the corner and everything.
Put this in Nick's butt. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. What? Is that fine?
We got it.
Yeah, that's fine. This is home of the Mothman, motherfuckers.
And hopefully we can add some more live shows here soon. So
we are. We're going to add
We're
something
working
soon.
We got something in the works, maybe, possibly.
I got a poop news story for you real quick.
Fucking duty all over me, daddy.
Recent. Duty on me, daddy. I hate being called daddy, dude.
I know. We talked about this the other day.
Jesus Christ. Recent research indicates that Michigan lakes run the risk of being unsafe for swimmers due to remnants of fecal matter. Due to remnants of shit from humans and animals. In other words, there's a chance that there would be poop in the water. This is Michigan. We're supposed to hate Michigan. We're from Ohio. But we couldn't fucking care less.
Yeah.
A report released by the Environment America Research and Policy Center found that fecal matter can cause the amount of bacteria in the lakes to spike dramatically on certain days. Cannonball. The water can become contaminated when there is an overflow in the sewers or when fecal waste when fecal waste washes into the waterways that lead to the ocean. Swimming in contaminated waters could potentially cause a number of waterborne illnesses such as skin rashes, eyes and ear infections.
You get a turd in your ear, that never works out good.
God damn it. Respiratory disease. Oh my God. I got bronchitis for sucking on turds. And even stomach or intestinal issues. The study sampled 207 Michigan beach sites in 2018, out of which 120 were found to be potentially unsafe for swimming for at least one day out of the year. In fact, the average beach in Wayne County was found to be potentially contaminated for 75 of the days samples were taken. 75% of the days samples were taken, the highest percentage out of any county in the state. Back in 1972, the U.S. passed the Clean Water Act, a federal law meant to eliminate the discharge of sewage in the waterways in order to make the water safer for swimming in the poop and fishing. I got me a brown trout. Look at this big old brown trout. Those aren't eyeballs, those are peanuts. However, more recently, the main concerns of the act have redirected more towards chemical pollutants and erosion caused by construction. Rob's looking around like the fucking house is about to blow up. That's someone drawing a bath upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we got going on right there.
It's okay, just ignore that.
Someone shit in the water upstairs, and they're stomping it out. They're doing a waffle stomp. If you're not familiar with a waffle stomp, tell them what it is, Rob Dog.
Man, that goes back to our glory days. Waffle stomp is when you take a shit in the bathtub, right in the drain, and you fucking use your foot to stomp it down.
You've been in there before. You and your wife are getting it on. You're rubbing nipples together, because that's what my wife and I do in the shower, and then a turd falls out. You don't know if it's hers, you don't know if it's yours, or if you don't know if it's someone that was in there before you.
You want to be polite. You don't ask your wife things like that. So
yeah, is this your turd, babe? Who fucking shit in our bed? Who the fuck shit in our bed, Karen?
You gotta slide your foot in between her legs and just gently stomp it down before she sees it and gets embarrassed.
Stomp it down the drain.
Yeah,
that's a waffle stomp.
Yep.
Extra syrup on that fucking waffle, buddy. So this week we're covering black market organ harvesting.
All right.
What a fun topic this is going to be. Who knows? We've all been there. You're sitting there on your couch. The electric bill comes. It's $800. You got $3 to your name. Your checking account's overdrawn by about $300, and you think to yourself, wonder if I could sell a fucking kidney. Wonder if I could pawn my dick hole. Wonder if I could cut my fucking foot off and sell it to science.
I love how oddly specific this example is.
Then you can. It can all happen.
Yeah. You can get $30,000 for a testicle.
I don't know that you can. I don't know that you can sell. I think you can. I don't think it's covered in the research here, but I don't think you can just outright sell a testicle. I could be wrong. I think there was that thing going around on Facebook where people said, yeah, for $26,000 you can donate a testicle to fucking science.
How many people are really needing testicles, though?
Who needs a nut? I'm your nut man. Nutmeg. My wife and I were talking about that last night. Like, where the fuck did nutmeg come from? It's been around for hundreds of years. But who thought of the name nutmeg? If it was just like, you know, some guy laying in bed.
Oof, I was about to make a really bad joke, and I am not going to say that.
Oh, fine.
I'll tell you off air.
Okay. I'm just thinking there's like a guy, you know, he's laying in bed, and she's fucking taking him to the limit, and then she stops, and he's like, oh my fucking God, it fucking hurts. And she's like, what's wrong? And he's like, my fucking nuts, Meg. My nuts hurt. I got my blue balls. Because blue balls hurt. You ever had blue balls before?
No.
You're like, I'm going to bust that motherfucking nut.
One way or the other, it's coming out of there.
Blue balls is where you get taken to the limit and then pulled back and you never get to finish.
Yeah.
This has happened before because I hump like a dog. So people will come over, I'll just hump their leg. Yeah, and I don't get to go all the way.
Yeah. Quit when he's finished.
So then flash forward.
I think they call that edging too, but you have to do that to yourself. When you're jerking off and you're about to come and you stop.
I thought you're supposed to choke yourself when you do that.
Well, that's asphyxiation, but
okay, it's all
asphyxiation.
All one and the same.
We've lost a lot of good celebrities to that.
Yeah, David Carradine. Who's Chris Cornell?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, man, just trying to get your rocks off and you die.
That's how we definitely need to go out.
It's a lot better than shitting on the toilet like Elvis.
I'm wearing this trailer. Yeah.
Imagine just taking a big fucking stinky shit and then they find you dead. Fucking log hanging out of your ass.
You didn't even get to finish it. fucking hate it, dude.
They better clean my ass after that.
No.
My dead ass can't do that.
We talked to the funeral home people. They just corkscrew
stick a plug up there.
Pull a little knob up in your butthole.
Just pull out a wine cork and just...
So the age-old, I guess it's an urban legend that's circulated on the internets for many years now. This is the email that has circulated for all these years. And I went to Snopes.com for this.
Oh, yeah.
So you know it's true.
Definitely.
It says, "Dear friends, I wish to warn you about a new crime ring that is targeting business travelers. The ring is well organized, well funded, has very skilled personnel, and is currently in most major cities and recently very active in Nolans.
Of course it is.
The crime begins when a business traveler goes to a lounge for a drink at the end of the workday. A person in the bar walks up as they sit alone and offers to buy them a drink. The last thing the traveler remembers until they wake up in a hotel room bathtub, their bodies submerged to their neck in ice, is sipping that drink." Sipping on some scissor. There is a note taped to the wall instructing them not to move and to call 911. A phone is on a small table next to the bathtub for them to make the call. The business traveler calls 911, who have become quite familiar with this crime. The business traveler is instructed by the 911 operator to very slowly and carefully reach behind them and feel if there is a tube protruding from their lower back. The business traveler finds the tube and answers, "Yes." The 911 operator tells them to remain still, having already sent paramedics to help. The operator knows that both of the business traveler's kidneys have been harvested. This is not a scam or out of a science fiction novel. It is real. It is documented and confirmable. If you travel or someone close to you travels, please be careful. Regards, Jerry Mayfield, Austin Ops Engineering Manager. Telephone number. There's a pager number. And then also...
pager number.
There's also another email that goes with it from Patty. And Patty says, "Yes, this does happen. My sister-in-law works with a lady that this happened to her son's neighbor who lives in Houston." Jesus.
I'm about to page this person. Hang on. If this number still works.
It's the pager 512-613-3710 for sure. Call it. The only good thing to this whole story is the fact that
Sorry, the number you have reached is not in service.
See.
Please check the number.
Gotta pay your pager bill, buddy.
We tried, dude. We tried so hard. The only good thing to this whole story is the fact that people doing this horrible crime are very in tune to what complications can happen afterward because of the precautions they take the time to set up before leaving the room. The word from my sister-in-law is that the hospital in Las Vegas, yes, Vegas, prior to transferring him back to Houston, stated these people know exactly what they're doing. The incision, etc., was exact and clean. They used sterile equipment, etc., and the hospital stated that other than the fact that the victim loses a kidney, there has not been any reports of other complications due to non-sterile tactics that were used. Please be careful. So, Rob Dog, according to Snopes, according to Facebook, according to MySpace, according to Lycos, according to Ask Jeeves, according to Yahoo Questions, this stuff is fucking happening.
This seems like one of those things that the old people that you know on Facebook just share without even knowing anything about.
This is my declaration that Mark Zuckerberg can't use my goddamn pictures without. And I think about...
Well, and that's the thing with and this is fairly new with the whole old man filter on Face app. People are freaking out about what. First off, do you realize that every app on your phone needs those same exact exceptions?
Yeah.
If you think just by deleting that you're not sharing information with other people, you're fucking crazy. If you got Facebook on your phone, if you got Instagram, if you got anything,
it's all right there.
It's all there. Yeah, they have access to be able to look at pictures of your asshole on your phone anytime. And guess what? They don't do shit with that because they don't fucking care. They don't care.
And the cool part about this is anytime you're perusing the internet, I've noticed this on desktop browsers as of late, any website you go to, it says, cookies.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that? And you're like, man, I want to read this article about everyone getting shot at Area 51, so yeah, I'm cool with cookies. Send the fucking cookies. All of this stuff, data is king, okay?
Yeah.
I just got another Credit Karma notification today that my fucking email and my phone number was part of a major breach. There was an Equifax breach 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I checked my social on that. I was part of that as well. So those of you that don't know about that, there was an...
And these are credit bureaus that your shit's getting leaked from. I mean, your shit is out there. Don't worry about it. You're not that important. You're
But I checked. I'm owed $125. So I signed up for my rebate. It's coming.
There you go.
I'm going to buy cocaine with it. And I'm going to snort it out of another man's asshole.
Hey, I volunteer for tribute.
Yeah, there was another review, a 1-star this week. It said we were homophobes.
What?
I don't think so.
I'll suck your dick right now to prove that I'm not.
I will suck anyone's dick listening to prove that I am joyously happy with having gay friends and acquaintances. I like white people. I like brown people. I like orange people. I like gay people. I like straight people. I like fingering my fucking butt when I jerk off. But I'm too fat now. I can't get around that far.
We're too stupid to hate people.
Right? There's not a hateful bone in my body.
I don't have time to hate people.
I don't have time to hate people.
I don't have time.
I don't have time for any of this.
I don't know.
Here we are. All right, moving on here now. About 18 people die every day while waiting for an organ transplant just in the United States of America. Oof. The Global Financial Integrity, GFI, estimates that 10% of all organ transplants, including lungs, heart, and liver, are done via trafficked organs. That's 1 out of 10 people.
Okay.
So I have a friend at work. He's waiting on a kidney right now.
Right.
They said and we'll get into it later. The wait list for a kidney right now is years, man. So these people are literally living on the brink of death for years waiting for a kidney. Any second that phone can go off and they say, "We got a kidney for you." 1 out of 10 people are showing up to the hospital with a Ponderosa doggy bag like, "I fucking got one right now. I got a kidney in here. We can do this."
I don't even know what I would say.
I know. Dude,
do you take it at that point?
Yeah, they do. That's the thing, is these places do. It says, however, the most prominent organs that are traded illicitly are kidneys, with the World Health Organization estimating that 10,000 kidneys are traded on the black market worldwide annually, or more than 1 every hour.
Kidneys are like fucking Yeezys online. Fucking get them black market Yeezys and kidneys.
Hey man, you got that good.
Shit.
In Canada, it is estimated that an average wait time for a kidney is 4 years, with some waiting as long as 7 years, and that's what free fucking healthcare gets you. You don't get your kidneys in the proper amount of time. In the United States, the average wait time for a kidney is 3.6 years, according to the National Kidney Foundation. In the UK, they're waiting 2 to 3 years, but it could be longer. Once obtained, trafficked organs, and when I say trafficked organs, I mean these organs were taken from someone that didn't want to give away their organs, or they were bought and the person buying them didn't know where this organ came from.
Right.
Once obtained, trafficked organs can be transplanted to recipients in the most reputable hospitals in major cities throughout the world, but makeshift operating rooms in houses have often been the clandestine locations for such transplants.
Jeez.
Oh my God. You get this, you've been waiting 5 years for a kidney, and you finally get one behind Burger King, and your spouse is like, "All right, we finally fucking got your kidney. Let's go to the fucking hospital." And you're like, no. I know a guy like 3 blocks from here. I gotta plug this piece of shit right in. It's not like changing the screen on an iPhone.
I know.
There's some serious shit going on to something like that, dude.
Oh man, I could imagine.
And it's not just and a lot of mafia and organized crime syndicates have moved on to this organ harvesting shit. They use it as a form of I guess of padding the bank account. I guess it's a popular way for these crime syndicates to make money. Sometimes they trick the person, and this is these different organized crime organizations. They trick the person into giving up the organ. For instance,
it's like a magic trick. Pick any card.
Yeah. You want
got your kidney.
You want this chocolate bar? Sometimes they trick the person into giving up the organ. For instance, there are cases where the so-called patient is treated for a sickness they don't have.
Shit.
I'm afraid to tell you you've got rickets in your butthole. That cut on your side, that's been there. Very offended that you didn't realize that up until this moment. They treat them for a sickness they don't have, and the traffickers make off with the organ. Or they force the person into giving it, but oftentimes it is a cash payout that draws people out. There are cases where the person decides to sell their organ, say a kidney or a section of their liver. Jesus Christ. Oh, I can't give you all of it, but I can definitely give you a little sliver, just like Grandma's pie. You're right at the end of Thanksgiving, she says, "You want some peanut butter pie?" And you're like, "Oh, Grandma, just give me a little sliver." That's what they're getting with these livers. A sliver of liver. give me a sliver of that liver, bro. But they say a kidney or a section of liver, but they get cheated, ending up with a much lower amount than what they were promised beforehand. From there, the kidney or whatever it is goes to organ brokers, who can get $150,000 per transplant or more. $200,000 is not uncommon. Meanwhile, the donor usually only gets around $5,000. God. These brokers cross international lines to find, quote, broker-friendly hospitals in the U.S. and other developed nations. Chinese hospitals, this should be no fucking surprise to anyone,
All right.
are a particular concern. In China, in 2006, a hospital run by the State Communist Party was exposed for trafficking the organs of prisoners of conscience, i.e. forced organ harvesting. 10,000 transplantable organs are sold out of China each year. God,
that's a lot.
It's a market worth $1 billion, despite the fact that few donors are on official lists.
Jeez.
So they're just knocking people out, taking shit out of their butt. I think that's where you get a kidney from.
I'll drink to that.
Right out of someone's butthole. Corruptible funeral home directors forge death certificates and consent forms before the human remains are disposed of. And in the developing world, people are kidnapped and used for their organs. Children sold into sexual slavery sometimes have their organs harvested as well. Part of these fucking funeral home cover-ups.
Yeah.
China newspaper ads say a kidney can get you $4,000 and an iPad.
And an iPad.
It's like here, I know we get all kinds of things in the paper for these used car lots. Like, come test drive a Kia, and when you're done with that, we give you this Dell desktop computer. I'm like, man, it's almost worth going and test driving a Kia just to see if... But not in China.
It's sad because they get done making the fucking iPads and then they get one as a gift.
God. No, my finger's still... No, my finger's still bleeding from building iPad. I don't want iPad. I just want to sell kidney for $4,000. I don't get yen. I get dollars. Isn't that unfair? They give them $4,000 and not yen.
Yeah, they can't even exchange it.
Or sand dollars. I don't know what they use in fucking China.
I don't know. Egg rolls.
I love egg rolls, man.
Dude, give me $6,000 an egg roll, or give me 4,000 egg rolls.
Dumplings.
Oh, dude, sign me up.
Gonna sell some shit on Craigslist, and some guy shows up with a bag of egg rolls. Like, I know I said $200, but those egg rolls smell really good.
Man, sold.
Yeah. You know who's got sneakily good egg rolls is Jack in the Box.
Really?
One thing that we don't have around here.
Right.
Is Jack in the Box. To all of you west of here, we have one Jack in the Box in the entire state, and it's about an hour away from where we're at. We don't get Jack in the Box.
No.
So.
Or In-N-Out, but I mean, that's a West Coast thing.
Love In-N-Out Burger.
Never had it, so.
So don't take for granted the wonderful things you have wherever you're at, because we don't have them here in Ohio.
And we like to eat, so. We measure everything in food.
Yeah. And if we're not eating food, we're eating each other out.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how we live our lives, is on the fucking brink of danger.
Yep.
So fuck it.
Living or not, especially after Taco Bell night, that's dangerous.
Yeah. Fucking Taco Bell, dude.
Ooh, it's my favorite.
Rob Dog, I have a little diorama here. I don't know.
I like it.
This is what I guess the world average is for how much this specific organ is fetching on the black market, or how much you could possibly get if you gave one of these, not donated, if you decided to sell one of these
or steal.
So why don't you break these prices down for him, Rob?
Sure. You get this sexy picture of this human body here. We'll start up the top. So we got the corneas.
So they're harvesting these things too, man.
You can get rid of your corneas starting right around $30,000. This is from.
Yes.
So this is the low end of the deal. $30,000.
I think this is what these items fetch on the black market. I think.
Yeah. So if you want to get rid of your eyeballs, there's 30,000. I think that'd probably be the worst I think I'd rather lose my hearing.
I'd give one.
I don't know. I like both my eyes.
I love your eyes.
I have really good depth perception, so
I don't. I can't see fucking shit.
Next one down, you got your lungs, which we all know your guys' lungs are fucked up anyways, all the weed you guys smoke.
You marijuana injectors.
You can get rid of your lungs for $150,000.
Dude, that's tempting.
That's not too bad. From there, you got your heart. If you want to go ahead and get rid of your heart, go for that. It's $130,000. I don't think you'll be kicking around much longer when they replace that thing with
Jesus. My weakness is that I come too much. I love fucking Limp Bizkit, dude.
Going from there.
Well, hold on a second. The lungs and the heart.
Yeah.
If you give those, you're
dead.
You fucking die, dude.
Yeah, you die.
You dead.
From here, then this is the one for some reason that I find the funniest, because you go down to your liver, which, yeah, I'm fucked. But 98,000. They can't even give you an extra 2,000 to round it up to 100.
No, not this time.
So yeah, just because they know how beat up your fucking liver is, anyways.
Sliver that liver. They cut you open. They're like, all right, we got a guy. He's gonna sell it to us. He's gonna give us a half 45,000. Give us the sliver of liver for half off. They cut old Rob Dog open.
It's like a piece of fried bologna.
They look at his liver like, oh, it looks like charcoal from inside of a 5-year-old grill.
Exactly.
We can't use this liver. It smells like hamster shit. What's wrong with his liver?
There's actually a hamster in there. From there, we go to the kidneys.
They cut you open, your liver's like, you don't fucking want me.
Put me back.
Get the fuck out of here.
I need another overpriced beer. Kidneys, $62,000, so not too bad.
Dude, I would give a kidney for $60,000.
You got 2 of them. Get fucking rid of one, you greedy bastard.
Absolutely. And this takes us to our next portion here. A little thing called transplant tourism. This is a real thing, Rob.
That sounds fun.
You want to take a cruise to the Caribbeans? You want to go to Alaska? I got a friend that's going to Alaska for vacation right now. No, we're going on transplant tourism excursions.
All right.
But Iran is the only country in which buying and selling organs is completely legal.
Oh, okay.
So that's the place you want to fucking go.
If you want to get rid of your shit, go to Iran. Have fun.
Kicking it with fucking Bin Laden and shit.
You ain't coming back from there anyway, so.
Yeah. Now, this transplant tourism, it is difficult to know exactly how much transplant tourism generates annually worldwide, but it is estimated that the illegal organ trade conservatively generates approximately $840 million to $1.7 billion annually.
Woo.
So these people are booking they're going through these rogue travel agencies completely with the anticipation of landing an organ in these places. So they're going to these places to visit, and I can imagine if you were someone with a lot of money and you're right at the end of the rope and you need a kidney, you need a sliver of liver. You got to get there. You got to get that shit. Why would you not, as a last-ditch effort, go to one of these places and try and get whatever you need, buy whatever you need? But the problem is that you have to keep in mind, the problem is where all of these things are coming from. In China, there's no one on the donor list, but they have the most organs annual, like 10,000 or some shit like that, but they have no one on the donor lists. In Iran, it's completely legal. There's pictures I saw of some third world country. I don't know, fucking Arkansas or something. Everyone's got their back pulled up. And there's like 10 local guys. They all have their shirts pulled up, and they all have the fucking slice in their back. They've all donated a kidney for like $5,000.
Whether or not they did it willingly.
Yeah, well... And they go to these poverty-ridden places.
It's like donating blood here. It's like they just get rid of one of their fucking kidneys.
Yeah, we can donate plasma and you get like $60 or something.
Yeah.
But these places, these guys don't have money, and the only way they can keep a roof over their head or get the money they need to feed their family is to take the deal to sell a fucking organ.
Just going back, I can't even imagine, like, cause just when I had that job that one day working outside of the plasma center and I stepped on that human turd. Imagine going into an organ harvesting place. What the fuck you're gonna step on?
Step on a dick. You ever see what happens to a dick when you step on it? Like stepping on an earthworm.
It just shrivels up and tries to crawl away.
Man, but these guys, they're just going to work for their families.
Yeah.
Selling a kidney. Dad limps home and he's fucking got some washcloth holding it up to his asshole.
I love my family, but I don't know if I love them that much.
And you're fucking starving. You're like, Dad, I'm fucking hungry. And he's like limping in, holding his back. Sets down a big old bucket of KFC. Dinner is served. He's got
How'd you afford this, Dad?
Got a new fucking Chrysler, new fucking Daytona out in the fucking driveway. Thanks, Dad. Thank you, Dad, for the shit that you did.
Pulls up in one of those IROC Z's.
Me, I'm the kind of dad that would just suck someone's dick for some money.
Yeah, right.
Not below it, not above it. Just do it.
No.
This next one is the horrors that people overseas are dealing with as far as so that's the undercarriage of all this is not only are they harvesting people's kidneys and slivers of livers, which you can live through all that.
Yeah.
They're taking people's hearts, lungs.
Which you can't live through.
Can't. And they're taking people's corneas, sucking their eyeballs out with a shop vac. Just like, your eyeball just comes right out, dude. It's that fucking easy. And they're taking people's corneas, and they're just letting them,
I don't know why it just sounds so funny. If you say, I took his cornea.
Yeah, Chubbs Peterson and that fucking gator bit his hand off. He's like, you cut me down in my prime, but I tore one of that bastard's eyes out. Happy Gilmore. Look it up.
Oh, God.
So read him this baby story, Rob.
Sure. So let's see here. Where am I? Okay, there we go. In January 2003, undercover police in Italy were working to gather information on drug trafficking when they received an incredible, disturbing offer. When speaking with 3 Ukrainian women, one of whom was a pregnant prostitute,
You done
gotta appreciate her hustle, they asked if they were interested in acquiring her 5-month parcel. And that's in quotes.
A parcel is something due to arrive for those of you that aren't on Amazon Prime.
You're going to find that on Prime Day. But the undercover officers weren't given the chance to simply buy the unborn child. They had to bid on it.
Oh my God, dude.
The initial asking price was 50,000 euro, I believe that is.
Rupees. I don't know. Elephant toenails.
Yeah, but the police weren't the only ones who showed up to bid. Apparently, several others came and tried to buy the children for its organs, particularly the heart and liver.
Oh my God.
Sadly, this implies that these were the parents of children in need of an urgent transplant, and the price went all the way up to 350,000 euro, which was the bid placed by the police. The baby was born on May 9th and handed to the undercover officers, at which point the woman was arrested. The other bidders were then investigated as well. And police believed the woman had possibly sold other children the same way in the past. Jesus.
Is that not the most fucked up shit you've ever heard in your entire life?
Jeez.
This baby was going to be taken from the hole and then just immediately harvested for its organs. And like the article says, the sad part about all this is the people on the other end of this who had a child that desperately needed a heart or whatever the organ was. So there's 2 different sides to this. There's the person that's gonna fucking die, and there's the person that's already dying that essentially needs the organs. But that's fucked up right there.
Man, that's a struggle.
First one, I would not have accepted bids. My second child, I would have heard the bids. I would not have accepted any of them. The third one, I would have accepted the bid from the highest bidder. She's absolutely wonderful. She brings me immense joy.
She's my favorite. I love her.
I would never fucking do that.
See, that's the thing, like, with other people's kids, is like, you always love the one that causes their parents the most hell.
Yeah, your kid?
Yeah, it's like...
Colton?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. He's gotten a lot better, though.
Everybody's favorite's my youngest, and, like, your youngest is the same exact way as he is. They're both hellions.
I went over to Rob's house one time, and he had his fingers behind...
Dude, he used to be so bad.
He put the plates over the outlets. So there's like the white plate over the electrical outlet. He had both feet on the wall, and he had his finger behind the outlet plate, and he was leaning back, and none of his body was touching the ground. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. I was like, you're going to shock your nuts off, dude. He's like, I don't fucking care. It's like, yeah, rock on, man. You rebel that shit. Own it.
He went through a phase for a little while where, and I think you might remember this, where especially with guys, the first thing he would do, he'd walk right up to him when he first met him and try to hit him in the balls.
Yeah, he did that.
He was right at that height, and I wrestle with him a lot because that's what you do with boys. You beat the shit out of them.
Yeah,
and that's how he plays. He plays dirty.
He would just punch me in the nuts, but then one day he walked up and I saw him draw back to hit me. And I spun and I kicked him right in that fucking nerve that goes down your leg, and he's just
sciatic nerve.
He just fell down the yard. And he's like, "Why did you do that?" It's like, 'cause you're about to bag me again. It's like, we can be friends forever, but you have to stop hitting me in the penis. He's like, "Okay," and he hasn't tried to hit me.
Much respect was learned after that. But no, he's wild.
He's wonderful.
Boys are crazy.
Yeah. Well, it says not all organs are trafficked for the purpose of transplantation. This is just some weird offshoot facts we have that were come across during the research. In the 19th century, it was not uncommon for bodies to be stolen from graves and sold to medical schools.
Okay.
In the 1950s, I thought this was pretty cool. Einstein's brain was famously stolen. I didn't know this.
I didn't either.
Was famously stolen and studied against his specific wishes. But if you think the medical standards of the modern day have managed to flush out these unethical practices, think again, because Vance Anderson was 51 years old when he died of a lung condition at Thomas Jefferson University Hospital in Philadelphia in 2014. When his body was released to the undertaker, it became immediately clear that his eyes, brain, and other internal organs had been taken without permission. The hospital did not deny removing the organs, but claimed that it was a standard practice to remove organs for educational purposes. However, the autopsy form signed by Vance's mother made no mention of this, and when her lawyer asked the doctor who carried out the autopsy what happened to the organs, he was told, "I don't know."
I don't know.
Hey, where's this man's dick sack? I don't know. Don't know. This means that the organs were either disposed of or sent to an unknown location for an unknown purpose without permission.
Jesus.
Gentlemen, do you remember the days when you were ready to go downstairs a little quicker? Things weren't quite as hard as they are now. Things have changed. Things are different. Things aren't as hard as they used to be.
You're getting older, fatter. Your balls look more like raisins than ever before.
It is like the clouds have separated in the sky from up above, and the sun is shining through because we have something to tell you about called Blue Chew.
You see, now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed. Now, Blue Chew brings you the first chewable, same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis.
Yeah. It's time to get real for a second, guys.
Let's break it down.
We're talking about Blue Chew. That's BLUECHEW. Blue Chew you can take it any time, day or night, even on a full stomach, and since they're chewable, this stuff's gonna work twice as fast, Rob Dog. And I'm gonna tell you about my experience with Blue Chew, Rob Dog.
Okay.
I got Blue Chew, like I've said before. My wife loves this stuff. She says, "Don't quit, get it," and I'm just hitting it till I can't hit it anymore. Rob, I'm getting the confidence and the longevity that I have not had in a long time. She's saying, let's go once, let's go twice, let's go 3 times. By that time, the sun's coming up. It's time for biscuits and gravy. That's what Blue Chew can do for you, Rob Dog.
Sign me up. So if you're like anybody else and you could benefit from some extra function and more confidence where it counts the most, yes, that's your wiener, Blue Chew is the fast and easy way to enhance your performance. The Blue Chew is prescribed online. It's discreet, shipped straight to your house. They won't, it's not going to tell what it is on the package, so you're safe there. You don't have to have those awkward stares from the mailman or mailwoman.
The neighbor lady,
I picked your mail up for you. I noticed that your dick doesn't get hard anymore.
I don't have to deal with that.
You do not, and that's what I worry about. You have no in-person doctor visits, no waiting in pharmacies, and best of all, no more awkwardness. And I'm an extremely awkward person. I don't need any more of that in my personal life. They're made in the U.S. of A, so you know they work.
Comes crushing down and it hurts inside.
And since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, they are cheaper than a pharmacy.
Right now, we've got the deal of all deals for the Brohio listeners.
Do it.
Visit BlueChew.com. That's BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use the promo code Brohio. That's BROHIO. All you gotta pay is the $5 for shipping, Rob Dog. Again, that's BlueChew.com. Promo code is Brohio. Blue Chew is the better, cheaper, faster choice, and we thank them so much for sponsoring the Brohio podcast. Oh, yeah, and it gets better. This is an Egyptian urban legend.
And if you know anything about ancient Egyptians, they were fucking gruesome.
Oh, yeah, that was
Fucking rip your brain out of your nose with a fishing hook and stuff.
That's my brain.
Fucking
exactly.
Wild.
This is an urban legend coming from Egypt. You've likely heard the urban legend about the kidney heist. It usually goes something like this. 2 beautiful people go out for a date, and it turns out to be such a magical evening that they end up going home together. The next day, one of them wakes up in a bath full of ice with a scar on the side of their body.
Why would it be a scar if they just woke up?
Exactly. But that's the American urban legend.
Yeah.
Egypt has a similar urban legend, the veracity of which you will have to judge for yourself. In the Egyptian version, it is not a date that the victim attends, but a job interview.
Oh, jeez.
How would you like to make $3,000 to $6,000 a day? I need you to turn around and bend over, pull your pants down to your ankles.
Man, you're trying to do your best, live your best life.
Dude, casting couch is where it's at.
For real.
That guy's got a wicked scar on him. Not a huge dick either. Which makes me happy for that guy.
Yeah, good for him.
Not a hulkingly big cock.
He's killing it.
He's killing a lot of it. He's killed some really suspect stuff, but then he's really went out and hit some good ones as well.
I like watching the guy that's from New York who like talks shit to the girls.
I can't watch it, dude.
I feel so bad.
I feel bad. I'm a nice guy.
He's like, congratulations, you're the ugliest broad we've gonna get all year, and it's January. I'm like, god damn.
It looks like you used a live stick of dynamite to snort that cocaine before you came in here, you fat. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, that guy's fucking crazy.
He is ruthless.
Yeah, he is.
Not good at all. In Egypt, they have a similar urban legend. It's not a date, like I said, but a job interview or sometimes a visa application. Man. They are required to undergo a medical examination to make sure they are fit for work or entry into the country. During the exam, they are drugged, have a kidney stolen, and almost always never get the job or the visa.
I mean, if you get a kidney stone, you can at least give him the fucking job. I mean, shit. It's so fucked up.
Oh, Ala Musa and Syed Abu Dif. I feel like I nailed those names.
I feel like you did pretty fucking good.
Are 2 men who claim to have fallen victim to the crime when they were 25 and 23 respectively.
Man.
They also claim to have been bribed and threatened after the theft, but they decided to speak out anyway. The legend of the date thief is like a cautionary tale about bringing strangers home or watching your drinks. The Egyptian tale may serve a similar purpose about the medical professionals you see. The World Health Organization has previously ranked Egypt as one of the worst countries for organ trafficking, with doctors and nurses having recently been arrested for trafficking organs.
Man, they just don't give a shit.
So, they don't give a shit. Moving on here. We're moving on from Egypt to the United States of America.
Let's bring it back stateside.
My favorite part of this next snippet in the story, Rob Dog. This story is no more than 2 weeks old. This happened this came to light in the media July 19th. Just a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Okay, so this happened in Phoenix, Arizona, which I'm very familiar with. I go visit there usually at least once per year. We're talking about the Biological Resource Center, and this stuff is really blowing up in the media here recently. They specialized in accepting the bodies of people after they had died in exchange for free cremation services. So the deal was,
Okay.
someone you love passes away. You can't afford to have them cremated, so you reach out to the Biological Resource Center and you say, hey, I would like to give their body to science. And the terms and conditions were exceptionally vague, okay? So these loved ones, they were giving the deceased loved one to the Biological Resource Center. In return, the Biological Resource Center would do a couple experiments, get a little bit of tissue, some hair samples, some different small things. Is the way that it was led on. In return, they would cremate the body and return the body to the family free of charge.
Okay.
So that's a really easy way for someone not prepared for the death of a loved one, because they're really expensive.
It's expensive.
It's
Yeah.
very. It's astoundingly expensive.
Yeah.
It's a way for people to cope with it, I guess. Give back to the scientific community a little bit, also while getting the loved one the proper.
Give them a proper resting place or send off.
I fucking guess.
Yeah.
Dump my ass in a urinal and flush it, because that's where I spent most of my life, was on the goddamn toilet.
Treat me like a dead goldfish.
Oh, so this is Arizona, and there's no red tape there. It's a regulatory free zone for the body parts industry. At least 4 body donation companies are operating in Arizona, in addition to a nonprofit cryonics company that freezes people after they die with the intent of one day bringing them back to life.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Fucking awesome, dude. What
Yeah.
if they just warm up the microwave and they bring Walt Disney back, and he's just like,
Hiya, pal. Miska, Muska, it's me, Walt Disney.
That's pretty good.
I know. I got kids, dude.
That was really good.
I know. I feel really good about it.
Man, I kind of just got an awkward boner.
I got to do this stuff a lot for the kids.
You want to see Mickey Mouse's dick? Hiya, pal.
There's been a recent civil suit brought against this facility, and that's why all of this stuff is in the media now. There was an FBI raid in 2014. 33 plaintiffs have sued the Biological Resource Center, saying the remains of their family members were obtained through false statements. And that's like what I just said. These people sent their loved ones there under the condition that, they would maybe have a couple tissues donated, maybe a finger or something. Nothing fucking crazy. But that's not what was happening. The false statements, there's body parts are being sold for profit to various middlemen, and that they were not stored, treated, or disposed of with dignity or respect. An FBI agent's report stated, and this is from the FBI raid in 2014, they doubled back and they got these reports, and they're using these FBI reports in the current day civil suit brought against this place. So these are all the things reported by the FBI agents. An FBI agent report stated he observed body parts stacked on top of one another with no attached identification to say where they came from or to whom the part belonged to. There were also coolers filled completely to the brim with amputated male genitalia.
Oh, that's my type of fucking party right there.
God, dude. I don't even know. Why is there coolers full of dicks? You're just kicking it at the pool. You're like, hey, Bob, can you grab me one of them White Claws out of the cooler? And Bob reaches over. He's like, hey, man, there's no more White Claws left. All we got's a bunch of amputated wieners in here.
Same thing.
Oh, man, we're drinking White Claw. You might as well eat some fucking dicks. Give me a fucking dick, man. Squeeze that thing, juice out of there. Give me that juicy dick. It's always fucking threaten my wife with. I'm like, if you don't fucking straighten out, you're gonna get this juicy dick. She's like, yeah.
I'm gonna squeeze my dick all over you.
I'm gonna pop my dick. I'm gonna pop my dick on you.
You gotta treat it like a toothpaste carton. You gotta squeeze from the bottom up.
Like is it?
Yeah.
I just do a double karate chop, and I can get like a bunch of green and yellow stuff to come out of my wiener.
God.
Or what did I see a guy do one time? He like took a screwdriver side. And this is like the Pain Olympics or something.
Yeah.
He took his dick and he held a screwdriver long ways, and then he just rolled his wiener up like a fruit roll up on the screwdriver.
He made dick sushi.
Yeah, the little dick roll up, like a fruit roll up, and then he got it all rolled up, all 5 inches of this flaccid, good sized dick. But after I saw what he'd been doing to it, I'm like, no wonder this guy's got a big old flaccid dick. He rolls it up like a fruit roll up on this flathead screwdriver, and then he just pulls it, like fucking stretches it like another 4 or 5 inches, man. Yeah. He's like, oh no, I'm a shower, not a grower. Never seen one of those before, have you? Me, I'm like, I'm not really a grower or a shower either, so we can just turn the lights off and get this over with. You'll be a lot happier.
Practically have a vagina until I'm excited.
When I just tell him, like, I really pride myself on how hard I can make my body run into yours. Not about how deep I can get, or I'm not gonna hurt your organs. That's one of the good things about making love with me.
Don't look at it in its eye. It doesn't like that.
I'm not gonna hurt you. That's one of the good things about making love to me, Rob. Soft, sensual. It doesn't stink.
Hey, there you go.
Take a lot of showers, and it's not gonna hurt.
It doesn't stink.
It doesn't stink right now.
Okay.
This FBI agent also testified that he saw a, quote, large torso with the head removed and replaced with a smaller head sewn together in a Frankenstein manner.
What the fuck?
We're gonna put a baby head on a fat guy.
But did the torso have titties?
He had a toe tag that said fat baby. Look, man, I made a fat baby.
Man, I wish they would have finished it so they put like little arms on the large torso, one long leg.
Yeah. Dude.
One little one. Or just two little ones. Even all little features on like a normal sized torso.
I don't like it at all, dude.
That would be so weird.
I don't like it one bit. But this is the shit they were doing there. And this FBI agent also said a list of things he saw: large male torsos with limbs and genitalia removed.
Naturally.
So they had coolers. They had, fucking coolers and coolers and coolers full of dicks.
Off with this dick.
They were just stacking these Coleman coolers full of wieners. They had buckets and coolers with various body parts, including a bucket of heads,
Jesus,
arms and legs, body parts piled on top of one another throughout the facility with no apparent identification, and steel freezers with frozen body parts inside with no apparent identification.
Jeez.
The Biological Resource Center was a for-profit body donation company that accepted donations of bodies after people died. The company gave donors and their families free transportation services to pick up the body, plus free cremation. One of the problems is that some families thought that a body, quote, donation meant their loved ones' bodies were being given to a charity to help with disease research, which I can understandably, that's an admirable thing to do with someone that's passed away, to help cure cancer or whatever. Some mistakenly thought the Biological Resource Center would be donating their loved ones' organs, not knowing that organ donation and body donation are not the same thing.
Oh, man.
You need a fucking live organ for like an organ transplant. And there was also a 2013 price list that was part of the court files that indicates the sale prices for the body parts.
Let me tell you something. Looking over these, this is lowballing.
This is lowballing.
This is lowballing.
I could afford some of this stuff.
I make some of this some of these I can afford in a week.
Yeah, a whole body with no shoulders or head, $2,900. I'd have to save up for that one.
And I'm on a spoiler right here. That's the most expensive thing.
It is
$2,900.
It's a torso with the head, $2,400. A whole spine. Oh, yeah, a little short of funds this week. Just give me the fucking backbone. That'd be fine. Whole spine, $950. You can get a whole leg for $1,100.
I'd probably pay that for someone's leg, though.
Yeah, it gotta be a really good tan leg.
Real long
I
one.
want some manicured shit or some pedicured shit, not the fucking Barney Rubble feet you see at the fucking county fair. You know what I'm talking about?
No, thank you.
Ratchet ass bitches.
Take care of them fucking things.
Motherfucking chicken heads.
Chicken heads.
Whop, whop. You can get a whole foot for $450.
Okay.
No, wait.
No, 2 more.
You can get a knee for $375.
Imagine just wanting a knee. I just want someone's knee.
Oh, what can we get for you today? There's someone like some kid up at the front.
It's like a drive-through.
Minimum wage. What can I get for you today? I want to do a knee, whole leg. How fresh is the whole spine? Because last time I was here, I got the spine. It tasted like it been a few hours old. It wasn't very good.
Hey, ask him if there's any bone marrow left.
Let me get that whole foot. Last but not least, you can get a pelvis.
There we go. That's what I want.
$400.
That's what I want.
Just you go through all the motions. You pay the $400. You
fuck it.
You're lonely. You're tired of getting busted for hooking up with hookers. So you go
too embarrassed to go to the sex shop to buy your favorite porn star's pussy.
Right, which is way more than $400.
Right.
So you finally break down. You go and you say, "Just give me the pelvis for $400."
He's getting old, stinky, dead cunt.
You feel good about it, You're feeling all right. You didn't make eye contact. The guy behind the counter says, "All right, coming right up." He goes back. He gets you a pelvis. It's in the white paper, just like when you get chicken breasts.
Bubble wrap.
At Kroger. You go home. You open it up. And it's
packing peanut stuff inside.
You open up your brand new pelvis, and it's a big hairy ass with a dick attached to it. You didn't know what kind of pelvis you were gonna get. So some guy that's like spent his whole life shitting himself.
Oh, I'll take it. It's okay. I can work around the balls.
Oh man, it's a little cold, but I like the way it feels different. Oh, Jesus Christ. And that brings us to our next, I guess, modern day story we have here. This is about a man named Arthur Rathburn, a Detroit businessman. This is from Reuters.com. He's a Detroit businessman who sold and leased human body parts. He was sentenced to 9 years in prison, and this is taken from May 22nd of 2018. He was sentenced to 9 years in prison for selling diseased remains to medical educators.
Jeez.
How exciting is that? Arthur Rathburn, 64, is the third and most significant person convicted as part of a national investigation into the largely unregulated market for body parts in the United States. Black market body part harvesting. This is so sexy.
I know it is.
The FBI is also investigating other so-called body brokers in Illinois, Oregon, and Colorado, and has executed search warrants in each of those cases. Prosecutors said Rathburn earned $13 million from 1997 to 2013 by selling or leasing.
You lease it. I'm going to give you this whole leg, but you better make sure you stay underneath the miles.
You go. Hey, you bring this pelvis back. It looks like the butthole's been tampered with. We're keeping the fucking, we're keeping the deposit, you fucking asshole. Oh, Jesus. But he was leasing human remains that had been donated to science. During a January trial, an FBI agent testified that Rathburn took little care as he stockpiled body parts in freezers at his Detroit warehouse. The agent said body parts from various donors were found, quote, frozen together in flesh-on-flesh chunks.
Oh, yeah.
Freezer burn on the dick.
That's sexy.
Among the relatives of those whose bodies were donated to science and ended up in Rathburn's warehouse is Tracy Smolka of Kankakee. Jesus, what a stupid fucking name for a city. Illinois. Her father, Randolph Wright, died in 2010. 3 years later, the FBI found her father's head in Rathburn's freezer. Smolka faced Rathburn for the first time that Monday in court. Quote, she said, I hope you burn in hell, Smolka
Yes.
told him.
Amen, sister.
And when you get there, make sure to tell the devil I sent you.
Oh,
Jesus.
she's spicy. I like that.
Rathburn was not prosecuted for his treatment of human remains. U.S. law governs only body parts intended for transplantation, such as hearts and livers. Rathburn was convicted of defrauding customers and violating hazardous shipping laws. According to a government tally, Rathburn supplied unwitting medical educators with body parts infected with HIV or hepatitis at least 120 times from 97 to 2013. The fucking HIV, man.
Oof.
In prison, the guy's got AIDS, and he's like, I got that monkey on my back. So then you don't fuck with him. Because if you beat him up and he bleeds on you, you probably fucking die too. This guy was giving these things to people, leasing, renting out these body parts. Ooh, fucking shit, they have the AIDS. The government's failure to stop Rathburn sooner, despite a decade of warning signs, was documented in stories Reuters published last year about the body trade. Rathburn did not testify at the trial, but spoke during the sentencing hearing in his first public comments since his arrest in 2016. In a rambling statement, Rathburn denied that he intentionally misled those who bought or leased body parts from him. He blamed mistakes on others and portrayed his lab as clean and perfect. He described himself as a visionary in the field, a scientist, quote, ahead of his time. I know how some of you thought this was barbaric, Rathburn said of the body parts trade. I can understand your point of view, but this was necessary. Assistant U.S. Attorney John Neal said Rathburn's comments show that he has no remorse. Mr. Rathburn has learned nothing from the experience. If permitted to leave prison anytime soon, he will commit fraud again, Neal said. Mr. Rathburn believes he can talk his way out of anything. Earlier, Rathburn's ex-wife, Elizabeth Rathburn, and one of the couple's suppliers, Steve Gore, what a fucking cool name for a body part supplier guy,
Gore,
were also convicted of fraud. Each pleaded guilty, was sentenced to probation, and testified against Arthur Rathburn. Gore ran the Phoenix-based Biological Resource Center, which we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Which sold more than 20,000 parts for some 5,000 human bodies over a decade. It closed in 2014 following a raid by the FBI.
Isn't it weird when you think of people being referred to as parts?
The cool thing about
it's so weird. I don't like it.
During all my research, I keep on reading about the penises are called organs.
Yeah.
Even when we were doing the Bobbitt story.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is a dick an organ? Why would I thought an organ is like heart, a kidney, but they kept on calling penises
I would
organs.
think of it as something as internal.
And I figured it out, man. What do you do with an organ? You play it. What do you do with your fucking dick, man?
You play with
You
it.
play with it. So I think it's just some Bush did 9/11 inside shit of why they're calling it. I think it's an inside Illuminati joke of why they call penis an organ.
It makes sense to me.
It makes plenty of sense. Just think about it next time you're smoking a J.
Okay. I'll think about it.
The last thing we have here is a rather lengthy Reddit story of you can take it or leave it with Reddit.
Take it for a grain of salt.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
You wanna go for this one?
Yeah, let's alternate here.
Okay.
Let's see, this is a long fucker. This is a really long
It's
fucker.
spaced out. We'll make it through there. We'll alternate
Let's do
paragraphs.
like 3 paragraphs or something.
3 paragraphs each.
3 paragraphs each. Let's do that. All right, I'll start it out because I'm nice and lubed up.
Yeah.
Hey, let me get another lube.
Lube it up.
Oh yeah, that's good.
You should definitely do that one chip challenge when we're sometime really soon.
I'll do it tonight.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Don't die on me.
I don't give a shit.
All right.
I'll eat it with my dick. Reddit story. Growing up, I was one of those kids who could be washed with a fire hose. What the fuck does that mean? And still have dirt between my toes.
Nasty fucker.
Dirty bastard. Mud was the best toy in the world. I used it like Play-Doh to build entire forts, And my twin sister said she could always tell when I was coming home before she saw me because of the squelching sound. That's so gross.
That's so sad.
Bugs? Bring it on. I'd eat one for $1. Painting? My whole body was both a brush and a canvas. You'd find me baking a cake with my sister. We looked almost identical, but you could easily tell us apart because she would be wearing disposable gloves up to her elbow while my whole face was buried in the bowl to lick the batter.
Oh my God.
Get it? That's what makes it so unfair that she got sick and I didn't. It started with her feet and her ankles swelling up. I thought she was just starting to gain weight, and I forced her to jog with me in the morning. That's probably a bad call before school. Yeah, you're getting fat and you need to run. She kept trying to push through, but she couldn't keep up with me like she used to. I shouldn't have made her feel bad for it, but I was only 17 then. I thought she just wasn't trying. I didn't understand that she was trying twice as hard as me, or that trying something, or that trying sometimes wasn't enough.
A month later, she could barely walk without throwing up. That's how I feel right now.
Oh, man.
She was exhausted and dizzy all the time, and I felt so helpless watching her drift away from me. She was diagnosed with a polycystic kidney disease, which was causing both of her kidneys to fail. She tried dialysis for a while, but it quickly became clear that she was going to need a transplant. I didn't even have to think about it. She was my other half. If her body was sick, my body was sick. And if there was something I could do to make her better, then I'm sorry, I'm a fucking retard. If there was something I could do to make her better, then that was the end of the discussion.
There you go.
You fucking Redditors need to check your shit.
There's an unnecessary I in there.
It was just bad luck for her to express the inherited condition while I didn't, and it could have just easily been me. It was going to be a routine enough operation, though, and once she had one of my kidneys, there was no reason for the cysts to form anymore. We were both going to be okay. Yeah, we'd have to be on medications for the rest of our life, but as long as she'd been taking it with me, it would be fair. Besides, what twin doesn't want to have some matching scars? We were prepared for the surgery together in the same room. We made a game out of drinking the nauseating laxatives which were necessary before the operation. First one to get through it gets to choose which kidney to have. It wasn't even close to fair because she started out nauseous, and I had always been the one who could stomach anything. So I made a big show of spitting it up and letting her win. Her gloating about beating me was the happiest I'd seen her in a long time.
It was so embarrassing because she wouldn't stop giggling while the male nurse shaved the little hairs on our abdomen. I started laughing too, and the nurse looked so uncomfortable that he had to excuse himself from the room to check something. Come back, she yelled after him. We can do you next. It'll be fun. Such a good, that's awesome. Her smile was glowing despite everything she had gone through, or she had to go through. I want to always remember her like that. The surgery was terminated halfway through. There had been a complication, and her body had gone into shock the moment her first kidney was removed. They said she woke up for a moment and held my right hand before she went, but they might have just been saying that to try to make me feel better. It didn't work.
The doctor said I could see the body if I wanted, but what was the point? All I had to do was look in the mirror. All the pain and loss on my face, hers must have looked the same way. Then the doctor leaned in real close, like he didn't want anyone else to hear, and he whispered something to me. Since you're all prepared for the surgery anyway, do you want to still go through with it? She's gone. What's the point? There's someone else who is also a match. You could be saving their life instead.
What did he think this was? A charity? I wasn't just giving organs away. I wasn't only doing this because she was my sister and I could have given her... Or I was only doing this, because she was my sister and I would have given anything for her. I wasn't about to risk my life for... The recipient is willing to compensate you with $250,000. That was in quotes. I choked on my reply. It's amazing how quickly you're able to justify something for that kind of money.
Yep.
I had already been prepared to give it up. Was there really anything wrong with selling it? I would be able to help my family with all the medical costs my sister had racked up from her illness. Besides that, I would be able to help so many more people. I nodded. The anesthesia mask went back over my face, and I slipped back into oblivion.
Man, I didn't tell anyone about the money, which was discreetly wired into my bank account. There was an unwholesomeness about it somehow, but maybe that was just because the whole incident was so close to my sister's death. I paid off all of my parents' bills and told them they were covered by an anonymous donor, which I guess was true. Over the next 3 years, I funneled the rest into a non-profit organization which helped people get their medical procedures. 3 years. It went fast. I'd expected that kind of money to be able to help for people for a lifetime, but people came from everywhere to make use of the fund.
Copay for cancer medications, necessary operations which were denied by insurance, health screenings for those without insurance. 3 years, and the entire $250K was spent. But I received so many letters and gift baskets and people hugging me sobbing about how I saved their life. It was a rough estimation, but I figured in that time I saved the lives of at least 30 people. 30 people for a kidney. I was a 20-year-old college girl. There was nothing special about me at all, but knowing that such a small sacrifice had made such a huge impact, I couldn't just stop now. I went back to the doctor who performed the operation, and he confided that there was a constant market for other organs. I asked about harvesting from cadavers or something, but he said only live donations or incredibly fresh harvests would bring that kind of money.
Fresh harvests. Getting volunteers, though, next to impossible. And it was illegal to advertise buying that sort of thing. Even if I managed to raise awareness about it around campus without getting arrested, then people would probably keep the money for themselves instead of helping others. If I wanted my foundation to continue, I was going to need to get the organs myself. It made me angry to even think about how greedy people were. The potential for good each body contained was astronomical. It was selfish, almost criminal to think that they valued their own life over the lives of dozens of others. I had several meetings with the doctor trying to brainstorm ideas to collect, and that's when he told me a secret, which he had sworn to keep for life. The man who had my kidney killed my sister. He paid the nurse $100,000 to do it so he could get my kidney instead. The doctor had found out too late to stop him. His own life was even at risk if he didn't extend the offer to me. I finally found the first person to join my organ harvesting club.
And here we go.
Here we fucking go.
I tracked him down with the doctor's help and waited for him to come home. Getting in was easy. I just rang the doorbell and he opened it. My plan was to get just get information on him and his house on my first visit, but I couldn't hold myself back. His blood was flowing through my kidney. My sister's blood was on his hands. I punched him square in the face and tackled him straight to the ground. He was twice my size, but he was a fat old man and I was an animal. If I had prepared better, I wouldn't have gouged my fingers into his eyes, worth $750 each. I wouldn't have broken his teeth with my elbow, about $1,000, or spilled so much blood when I slit his throat with my switchblade, $337 a pint.
Jesus Christ. I didn't even get his body to the doctor in time to get top dollar on the rest of the organs. But I'll be more careful next time. I expect to get close to $600,000 for the nurse who killed her. Can you think of any other club which can potentially save hundreds of lives with each new member that's added? I hope my sister's watching somewhere and that she knows how much good has come from her death. She can stay pure and clean and perfect, but I was never afraid to get my hands dirty.
Hope you guys like that fucking switcheroo at the end there.
That was not fucking real. There's no way. I fucking hate Reddit, dude. Just you're like, man, this is a good story. What the fuck?
Fucking Dexter over here.
Yeah. I was at my mom and dad's house and someone had ransacked the place, killed my mom and dad. Then I heard a noise in the closet. I opened up the closet. It was a crocodile wearing a maid outfit. I think that's who killed my parents. A crocodile in a maid outfit.
Yeah, Reddit's really weird. You get so into a story and then it literally just does a complete 180.
If that story is cool, true, is really...
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Fucking delightful. I like it.
Who are we to say it's not?
It's fucking real, guys.
What do we know? We don't know shit.
Go to Ask Jeeves. It's real.
Yeah.
So that's all you need to know about black market organ harvesting. The stuff is going on, folks.
It is.
It's happening.
Look at everything that's happened in the Dominican Republic right now. Who knows if that's not about, you know, all these dead Americans? People are dying everywhere over there.
And they are, man.
Yeah.
But I would have to say, if I was at the end of the rope, needed an organ, need a sliver of liver, I would go to Iran. I would go to, you know, wherever they're getting these organs from. If I had the money, I would try and make it happen, dude.
Might as well.
It's a matter of life and death at that point.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You got to find, but sorry, a little flying around.
Yeah,
here.
no, I kept trying to get it when I was over here, but it didn't help.
Your blood types have to match, though. So that's the crazy thing. You can't just go get an organ. Just, you know, any organ.
Well, even still, even afterwards, organs can reject.
Yeah. It's not like you can just go down to the piano store and pick out any organ.
Right.
And plug it in. That's not the way it works.
Yeah, it's not just simple as changing guitar strings.
No.
You got to hope that fucker works in your body.
Yeah. I think our organs would work together.
I think so, too.
What if you need an asshole transplant?
Mine's nice and taut.
Nice and taut. Yeah, I've said this before. This is sad to think
Still has its elasticity.
Sometimes I poop real big.
Yeah.
And it hurts my asshole.
Right.
And I just don't think that I would do very good in the...
Yeah. I pooped one time so hard, I swear to God, it came out sideways.
That would be terrible, man.
It was the worst experience of my life.
One time when I was in high school, I was coming down with a stomach flu.
Yeah.
And I was just having the most wretched cramps while I was sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just, oh my God. You know, I'm not awake, but then I start to, you know, sometimes if, you know, you fall asleep with a bottle of water and you get, you know, water on you, start to have dream about being wet.
Yeah.
I have these horrible stomach cramps. And I start to have a fucking nightmare that I'm in a porta-john somewhere and I've somehow got a piece of a broken bowling ball inside my body. And that's what I'm trying to shit out.
Oh, God.
Is a piece of a broken bowling ball.
Oh, man, that would be horrible.
That would hurt so bad.
Fuck yeah,
man.
it would.
So then you or anyone you know has ever shit out a broken bowling ball, write us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com.
R.I.P. your butthole.
R.I.P. to your butthole. I mean,
man,
as far as that goes, I'll try anything.
Man.
My name's Bill Wilkins, and I'm 73 years old, and I died in my own shit.
It has been a really, really long time, Mr. Wilkins.
I heard you boys talking about harvesting organs.
Yeah, we were.
And I didn't know if you were looking for a good-sized white demon dick.
Always. I'm always looking for an upgrade.
Not a Caucasian dick.
Oh.
I've been dead for a long time, Rob Dog.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
So my dick's changing colors every day.
Getting a little gray.
Have you ever wanted a color-changing dick?
I guess that could come beneficial in some scenarios.
It's absolutely useless.
Okay, never mind then. It's like a chameleon.
Sometimes when I'm going out looking for them swamp donkeys, I like to dress my dick up like a Cheeto.
Okay.
Makes it a lot easier to bag them swamp donkeys.
They can't turn that down at all.
Or I put some ketchup and mustard on it, like a Chicago hot dog.
Oh, man, those are good.
Red hot.
Yeah.
That's old Bill. He was back there for a second.
It's crazy how fast he comes here and then leaves.
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right.
Bill Wilkins is the password to get in our closed group, Ohio Podcast, Butt Chuggers Anonymous.
I don't know if you guys ever know this, but this is kind of a weird thing, but Nick and Bill Wilkins have never been seen in the same place before.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Coincidence? Well, probably.
So what I found out recently is you can no longer find our Facebook group via the Facebook search engine.
They shut us down. I see neither of us actively go in there anymore, but
no time.
Yeah, and I still get notifications depending on what it is. Like very rarely, it's too busy. I can't deal with it, and I don't get on Facebook much anyways anymore. But every day I get so many flagged things
from
Facebook automatically taking shit down.
Wow,
all day long.
Yeah, that's incredible. So what you have to do is you go to Google and you type in Brohio Podcast Butt Chuggers Anonymous, and it's the first thing that pops up on Google.
Yeah.
Password is Bill Wilkins.
Best memes in the world. Cool people.
It's dark.
Yeah. Everybody's cool in there. Everybody's nice. If they're not nice, they're gonna they'll get kicked out. So don't worry about it.
No, they'll get killed by the
Yeah,
FBI.
they'll get organ harvested.
So hopefully, this is the end of this episode.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and talk Rob Dog into doing a Blue Chew ad with me real quick.
Yeah, we got to do that.
So go get your Blue Chew.
Seriously, get it.
Change your fucking life.
I got to talk to Nick about something here after this in a second. So
Yeah. All right, guys, we love you.
we love you.